Hey there, Carrie here with the Consciousness and Clarity Collective, your health, wealth, and hydration headquarters. And I'm so excited to share with you the Enagic business model and just give you a quick breakdown of the compensation plan and an overview of the company and how everything works. So check this out. Enagic is in the direct sales industry, which is massive on a global scale and one of the largest industries out there. If you stack it up against top grossing industries like the NFL or music or movies, you'll see that direct sales in 2022 alone did over $200 billion globally. The largest chunk of that was a whopping 30% coming from wellness products alone. In fact, the health and wellness industry brought in over $5.6 trillion of revenue in 2022, making it the largest industry in the world. And when you think about it, it probably always will be because more and more people want to get healthy and stay healthy. We're taking the best supplements. We're spending thousands of dollars each year on organic groceries, holistic retreats, fresh juices and smoothies, exercise, and movement. But we're not focusing nearly enough consideration on our drinking water, which makes up over 70% of the human body. As many experts say, hydration and the quality of the water you drink and bathe in is actually the most important thing for your health. So let's dive in. So who is Enagic? Enagic is a leader in global health and is setting the gold standard for wellness products around the world. The company got started in 1974 and is already over 50 years old. For over 5 decades, Enagic International has been a leader in manufacturing water ionization systems that transform regular tap water into healthy, electrolyte-reduced, hydrogen-rich drinking water. Enagic is an OEM, which stands for Original Equipment Manufacturer. That means that they make everything from their devices to their packaging, so they have 100% control over their quality of manufacturing and the quality of their products. They're a member of the Direct Selling Association and the Better Business Bureau. And this is a true global business. And that always gets me really excited because I've learned that your value in business is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them. So I saw Enagic and I'm like, okay, this is a true global business with water, which is a necessity for life. And they have offices all over the world. So no matter where you meet somebody, whether it's online or offline, you can serve them and their family. And I think that's pretty awesome. So here's a couple of other reasons why I love this business. There's no sign-up fees and no annual renewals. There's no monthly qualifications. You don't have to stock up on product or inventory. There's no monthly auto ships or required subscriptions. And there's no licensing required like there is with a lot of other industries out there. And there's no deranking. And that's big. You never lose your rank in this business. And it's cumulative sales. You never have to start over at the beginning of the month. There's easy financing available for everyone. And of course, there's international sponsoring since it's a global business. And there's 9 ways to earn income and it pays daily. Enagic is positioned to be the next mega trend, or what we like to refer to as a blue ocean opportunity. And when it comes to being involved with a mega trend, you want to position yourself in front of something that almost nobody knows about, yet the majority will own. And this is one of those things. This is poised to be the next major must-have kitchen appliance. Only about 0.1% of the people out there know about Kangen water. And that means you can talk to 1,000 people and 999 of them have no idea what Kangen water is. But when they find out about it, they're all going to want it because everybody drinks water. And sooner or later, everybody wants what makes them healthy. And this water is unlike anything else out there. So let's talk about some of the other megatrends that we've seen so you can see what I'm talking about with this concept. When laptop computers first came out, people already had home computers. Laptops weren't a necessity. They took some time to catch on, but just give it time. And now, laptop computers are more common than desktop computers. And the smartphone? Everybody already had a cell phone when the smartphone came out, and the majority of people didn't even want it. Listen, they're going to get it. They just don't know it yet. They already had their flip phones and they weren't interested in smartphones. And it took some time to catch on, but just give it time. And now, seriously, who do you know that still has an old flip phone? And the same thing happened with flat screen TVs. When they came out, everybody already had 5 big, heavy, bulky TVs in their house, but just give it time. And now look, almost everybody has a flat screen TV. Now, Kangen Water and these incredible water ionizer machines are literally poised to be the largest trend that most people have ever seen. The reason being, we can't drink bottled water forever. In the United States alone, over 35 billion plastic bottles are thrown away every single year, and this is just not sustainable. People are starting to wake up about the issues with water, the increasing levels of contamination in our tap water, plus the high costs, dangers, and sustainability issues with plastic bottled water. Nobody's living under a rock. They just don't know what the solution is, and we have it. That's why this business is so duplicatable, because we're educating people on how to get access to really healthy water all over the world. Everybody's already buying water every single day, and most people are overpaying for it. The majority of people are pretty unaware what's actually in their water: contaminants, microplastics, and most of it is doing more harm than good. But here, we actually start to have some answers, and we get to be a part of the solution. So when it came to Enagic and this business, everything just checked out for me. Enagic built a solid foundation in the Japanese market and has been around for 50 years. It's a proven product that keeps growing and emerging in brand new markets all over the world. So they have a reliable track record. And there's so much global expansion in health and wellness right now. Everybody is looking to get healthy these days because, like I said earlier, the true wealth is our health. When we look at the business model, this is a true direct sales business. This is not your typical multi-level marketing thing, and it's not one of those pyramid things where you go get your 5 friends and help them get their 5 friends and so on and so forth. It's not like that. Actually, this is a lot like real estate. It's over and down. So say, for instance, you have an agent and a broker. Now, personally, I would rather be the broker because an agent has to sell a house to make money. But the broker can have 50 different agents working for them. And every single time one of those agents sells a house, the broker gets a cut. And that's how this works. It's actually so unique and unlike anything else out there that Enagic actually patented their compensation plan. And this system allows you to get paid from $200 to over $7,000 per sale. Now, I know that got your attention, so let's walk through a basic example of how this 8-point compensation system works using the K8 water ionizer that we've been talking about. So every single time a product is sold, 8 total points are paid out to the distributors. Each of the products have different point values, and they vary from country to country as well. So depending on which machine or product is sold and the country it's sold in is what determines how much each point is worth. And depending on where you're at in the business model determines how many points you get. So the key thing to remember is that only 8 total points are paid out to the distributors for every sale. Not 10 points, not 12 points, only 8 points are ever paid out. And so we're going to come back to this in a minute, and you'll see why this is so important. But for now, just remember 8 points. For the examples in this video, I'm going to be using US dollars. So for the K8, each point is worth $350 USD. Sometimes you can get a check for $350. Sometimes they're checks for $2,800. It just depends on where you fall into the business model and how many points you're collecting. So let me explain that a bit more. Let's say you just got started and you invest in a machine, which comes with an ID and sets you up to be able to refer others, because this ID is basically your referral code. It's what you would use to share this with anyone you want to refer into this business. Now, on your first direct sale, you sell to your friend Matt, and he buys a K8. So you're going to get a check for $350. And on your second direct sale, you sell to your friend Liz, and she also buys a K8. So you're going to get another check for $350. Now, that's pretty cool. And that's still good money, but that's still linear income, meaning you sold the machine and you got paid. So where's the leverage in this business? Well, not only did you get paid $350 on each sale, but you also opened up 2 separate 1-point franchise lanes. So let's just say Matt drinks the water, but Liz likes the business also. And she starts sharing the water and she makes a sale right away. Now she's going to get a check for $350. And because Liz is in your 1-point lane, you're also going to get a check for $350. And this is considered an indirect sale, which means you just generated $350 of passive income. And this is where it starts to get fun. Now, on your third direct sale, you sell to your friend Ben. Now, this time you get a check for $700. So why $700 instead of $350? because you just got promoted and now you're earning 2 points from every sale in that franchise lane. And Ben's like, okay, this is a cool business. I love the water and I think it's going to help a lot of people out. And he goes out there and he sells 6 machines in his first month. Now, Ben will get $350, $350, $700, $700, $700, and $700. But since Ben is in your 2-point lane, you're going to get 700, 700, 700, 700, 700, 700, 6 times. And that's where the leverage kicks in. That's a total of $4,200 in passive income from Ben's sales, which gives you a combined total of $5,950 earned so far in your business. So let's say you've only sold these 3 machines, Matt, Liz, and Ben, and you have Liz's 1 sale and Ben's 6 sales. And these indirect sales count towards your total group sales, meaning you don't need to sell all the machines yourself. And that's why there's so much leverage in this business. So you have a total of 3 direct and 7 indirect sales, giving you a total of 10 group sales, which also means on your next direct sale, you're going to get another promotion. So on your next direct sale, you sell a K8 to your friend Katie. And remember that promotion we talked about? Yep. Now you're going to get a check for $1,050. So after Katie buys her machine, you get that $1,050 check. And Katie, well, she's got a great network and she goes out there and sells 10 machines, which means you're going to get a check for $1,050 10 times because Katie is in your 3-point lane, which means you've now earned a total of $17,500 so far. Again, you get promoted after you have 20 total group sales, and now you bring in your friend Laura. And when she buys her K8, you're going to make $1,400 for that 1 sale. Now, here's the thing. When Laura goes out there and sells her first 5 machines, Laura's going to make $350, $350, $700, $700, $700. But since Laura is in your 4-point lane, you're going to make $1,400, $1,400, $1,400, $1,400, $1,400, 5 times, giving you an additional $7,000 in passive income earned and a combined total of $25,900 so far in your business. And that right there is leverage. And that is what got me so excited about Enagic and this patented compensation plan. But we aren't done yet. So you get promoted again when you reach 50 total group sales. And now you become a 5-point agent, making $1,750 per machine sold in that lane. And remember, there's no deranking in this business. So once you hit these ranks, you can never go backwards, ever. It's not like those other programs out there where you have to requalify every single month. There is none of that here. So when you have 100 total combined group sales in your business, you become a 6-point agent. And now you're making $2,100 per K8 machine sold in this 6A lane. Now, I know what you're thinking. How am I going to sell 100 of these machines? I don't even know 100 people. But here's the thing. Remember, these are group sales. When my friend hit 6A, she personally only sold 7 machines. And through those 7 people, she developed leaders that got passionate about this water and this business. And they sold the other 93 machines. And she became a 6A or 6-point agent. So she sold 7 machines, but she received over 100 checks. Now, remember at the start, I said that Enagic only pays out 8 total points per sale. So I want to touch on this for a minute. Say you just sold a machine to your friend Jessica and you're a great leader, so you help her achieve the rank of 4A. And then she sells a machine to her friend Mark. Now, Jessica is going to get a check for $1,400 or 4 points for her sale to Mark. And since Jessica is in your 6A or 6-point lane, you're probably expecting a check for $2,100 or 6 points. But instead, you get a check for $1,400 or 4 points. And why is that? Well, Jessica took 4 points out of the 8 points, meaning there was only 4 points left over for you, which means there were no points left over for anyone else above you. At this point, the person above you gets cut off. And that's exactly why this is not multi-level marketing. It's not one of those things where the person at the top makes all the money off the people at the bottom. In this business, as you grow your business, you earn more and more points. and the people above you earn less and less points. And I love this concept. At first, when you're starting, your mentor will be working with you a lot. They'll be coaching you, supporting you, teaching you, and maybe earning more points than you on your first few sales. But the more you learn and the more you grow, the more of your own points you'll be earning, eventually cutting those above you off completely and earning all of those 8 points yourself. And that's what I love about this business. You're not just here earning money for the people above you. That's just not how it works here. And another thing, remember how I said earlier that Enagic is setting the gold standard with their wellness products? Well, we aren't just talking about water ionizer machines here. There are actually several core products that Enagic offers. I've already told you about the K8 water ionizer, which produces the best drinking water. And this machine actually produces 5 types of water with over 100 different household uses. It's our flagship product. And so if you haven't yet seen a water demonstration, be sure to ask the person who shared this video with you to show you a water demo. So if you're going to be drinking the best water, it only makes sense that you should be bathing in the best water also. So we have the Enespa, which is our mineral ion shower system. It attaches directly to your shower head, and it removes nearly 100% of chlorine and other harmful substances in your tap water. The minerals used inside of the Enespa are taken directly from the healing hot springs in Hokkaido, Japan. It quite literally turns your shower into a spa with water that is so incredibly beneficial for your skin and hair. And then we have the Ukan, or wild turmeric. I'm sure everyone knows by now how powerful turmeric is for our bodies. It's been being used for its analgesic, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, anti-allergic, and antioxidant properties for over 6,000 years. And we have it available in tea, soap, and capsule form. Next up, we have the M-Guard, Enagic's EMF harmonizer. Electronics are everywhere. With our constant use of cell phones, computers, and electronics, we are continually being bombarded by electromagnetic noise and EMF radiation. The M-Guard is a patented device that offers you state-of-the-art protection against this EMF radiation 24/7 by harmonizing and neutralizing targeted high-frequency electromagnetic noise radiation up to 1 gigahertz within a 4-meter or 12-foot radius. This is a must-have in your home and office, and it can even be used in cars and airplanes. And then we have the Kangen Air. This is a new maintenance-free type of air purification system that combines photocatalysts and ultraviolet or UV LED lights to remove pollutants, allergens, and harmful particles from the air in order to provide a healthier, fresher environment in your home and office. And then we have Enagic's newest product, and this is Kangen's Wagyu beef product line. In the heart of Northern California, a special hybrid of Wagyu and Black Angus cattle are raised on Kangen water. They roam unspoiled pasture lands and breathe clean, fresh air. These prized cattle are raised with the utmost care. No antibiotics, no growth promoters, no added hormones, no added animal byproducts are ever used at any time. After months of drinking Kangen water, these exceptional cattle naturally develop prized qualities, including a velvety texture, delicate marbling that melts effortlessly, and a rich, full-bodied flavor. I personally drink the Kangen water, I shower with the Enespa, and I take the Ukan turmeric capsules every single day, and I swear by these products. In fact, every single one of Enagic's products offers absolutely incredible health benefits, so it's really hard to choose just one. And the cool thing about Enagic, you don't have to choose just one product. You can get started with multiple products and get multiple referral IDs so that you can start earning multiple commission checks from multiple IDs at the same time. This allows you to get promoted faster and allows you to be able to earn all 8 points of commission in a fraction of the time. So when it comes to starting your own Enagic business, of course, you can start with any single product like the K8 in our last example, or you can get started with multiple products. Some people get started with 3 products, which is called a trifecta. Some people get started with 4 products, which is called a quad. Some people like to get multiple K8s and have an extra one to share or to travel with. Some people like to get multiple Enespas because they have multiple showers in their home. Some people like to get multiple M-Guards, one for the home and one for the office. And some people just want to be able to experience all of the products right from the start. So they choose to get started with 5, 6, or even more products right off the bat. So there's really no limit to how you can start. There's many advantages to starting with multiple products. Not only does it allow you and your family to personally experience the health benefits associated with each of these different products, so there's the health aspect to it, but they also set your business up for some pretty amazing benefits as well. So there's also a business strategy behind it. So let's talk about the trifecta strategy for a minute. But before we start, I want you to ask yourself really quick, is the way that you're currently creating an income going to pay you for the rest of your life, whether you're working or not? Or will the money stop coming in when you stop working? If you stopped working tomorrow, is your job still going to pay you 6 months from now? Are you going to get passive residuals if you stop working? Now keep that in mind as we go through this trifecta breakdown. Remember, our ranking system goes from 1A to 6A. And remember, Enagic pays up to 8 points in each sale. So a trifecta is 3 products. And if you're selling trifectas, just think about it. It's not going to take 101 sales to get to 6A. It only takes 33 trifecta sales because each of these trifecta sales includes 3 products. Now, when you start with a trifecta, you actually get an automatic promotion and you bypass the first level. So you start out as a 2A or 2-point agent, making 2 points out of the 8 right from the start, which means your first commission check from your first trifecta sale right from the start of your business is $1,320. How long does it take you right now? How many hours do you need to work right now in order to make $1,320? This trifecta sale takes a few hours of your time and you'll earn $1,320. So 3 trifecta sales is going to get you to 3A. 3 more is going to get you to 4A. And that's why people are moving so quickly here within this business model. That's 6 trifecta sales and you're at 4A, making $2,640 per sale. And with this business, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So let's use this example here. Let's go back and look at our direct and our indirect compensation plan with a trifecta this time instead of with the K8 that we used in our first example. So you start with a trifecta and you get to start out as a 2A or 2-point distributor because your other 2 products, they occupy your first 1A lanes. So you start out by making 2A or 2-point commissions. And let's say you bring in Molly and she purchases a trifecta. You just made $1,320 on your sale to Molly. Now, here's where the compensation plan gets wild because this is based on group effort, just like a brokerage is based on the combined real estate agents group effort, right? So let's say Molly comes in and she sells 6 trifectas her first month. That's what my friend Steph did. So if Molly comes in and she sells 6 trifectas, here's where the leverage kicks in because indirectly, you just made $1,320 off each of Molly's sales and you made $7,920 passively because she's in your 2A lane and you're her coach. So when you think about it, collectively, you just earned $9,240 from bringing Molly in and showing her this duplicatable sales process. How long does it take you right now to make $9,240? Because with this plan, that's still the exact same 1 or 2 hours of your time. So that's what we're talking about when we talk about leverage. This compensation plan breeds good behavior. So you get to come in and you get to earn as you learn because your coach is here to help you every step of the way. Okay, so let's look at some of the benefits of starting with a trifecta. And I'm sure you're wondering, all right, how much does it cost? And here's the thing, because that completely varies based on what country you're in, what products you choose, and the payment options you select. I'm not able to cover that in this video, but I do break all of the pricing scenarios down for you in our Getting Started Strategies video here inside the discovery process. But even without knowing the pricing, I know based on these commissions you're seeing that you're already starting to see and starting to understand that this is not a liability. This is not a bad debt, and this is not an expense. This is an investment. This is an asset that's going to produce an income and a business that's going to give you the life that you want. We're going to show you how to leverage that with 0 down, 0 out of pocket to where you don't have to get in your checking account, your savings account. You don't have to ask your friends or family. We're going to show you how the business is going to pay for itself. So the benefits of investing to build your business with a trifecta, you're instantly going to get $465 cash back just from starting your business. Your first trifecta sale, you're going to make $1,320. If you want to make $2,500 a month, that's 2 sales. And that's just when you first start out. Remember, this is a continuous progressive build, cumulative sales. So if you want to make $60,000 a year, That's one sale per week. $5,280 a month, which is $63,360 a year. Now, I'm going to go back just a little bit. When you get to 4A, you're making $2,640 per sale, right? So let's take that same math of one sale per week at $2,640 commissions. That's $10,560 a month, which is $126,720 per year. Now, what happens at 4A is something we affectionately refer to as the 4A hack. And it's a special strategy we have that lets you fast track to earning all 8 of the commission points yourself. And once you're earning all 8 points, each single trifecta sale is $5,280 in commissions. So one single sale per week, we stick with that same analogy, is now over 20 grand a month, which is $250,000 a year. $253,440 to be exact. That's more than $250,000 earned per year. So now that you understand the trifecta, let's look at the quad breakdown. We call this the fast track quad strategy, okay? Because you actually get to bypass your 2 lower level commission lanes and get paid starting out, earning 3 points of commission right away. Now, remember that scenario I gave you a minute ago of Molly selling 6 trifectas? Let's say this time Molly's going to buy a quad. So you're going to earn $3,030 on that sale to Molly. And now, instead of selling those 6 trifectas to start, Molly sells 6 quads instead. She started her business with a quad, and now she's selling quads. And that's how a lot of people come in and structure their businesses with a quad. That's how I came in, and that's how I structured my business as well. So Molly sells 6 quads for the exact same amount of time and effort as selling those 6 trifectas. She's selling those 6 quads instead. And because you're also earning 3 points off of Molly's sales, you just earned $18,180 passively, which gives you a combined total of over $20,000 earned in your business. And in each case, you spent the same amount of time supporting Molly. And this is where you, as the business owner investor, really get to shine. How long does it take you to make $20,000? That may be annually. That may take you 6 months. This is with 1 hour, maybe even a couple of hours as you're getting started. And this is the power of leverage. This is where we get our time freedom back. So getting started with a quad, like I said, there's different quad packages depending on how you want to start. So the benefits of starting your business with a quad, you're instantly going to get up to $930 in cashback commissions. And I say up to because, again, that just depends on which quad package you choose to start with. Your first sale commission is going to be between $2,565 and $3,030. 2 quad sales per month, so maybe 2 hours of your time, is going to range anywhere between $5,000 and $6,000 in commissions earned. 1 quad sale per week, which is just 4 quad sales per month, earns anywhere between $10,000 and $12,000 per month, which is $123,000 to $145,000 per year. And when you're collecting all 8 points for yourself, 1 quad sale per week is anywhere between $27,000 to $32,000 per month. And just 4 quad sales per week is anywhere between $100,000 and $129,000 in commissions earned per month. And that's why we call it the fast track quad strategy. And remember the power of leverage. You don't even have to make all these sales yourself. These are cumulative group sales. And that's why this compensation plan is so amazing. If you want to make $100,000 per year, that's 1 quad sale a month when you're collecting all 8 points. If you want to earn $250,000 a year, that's 3 quad sales a month. If you want to earn $500,000 a year, that's 6 quad sales a month. And if you want to earn $1 million a year, that's 11 quad sales a month. The road to 7 figures has never been so clear. 3 quad sales a week, that's it. That's all it takes to be a millionaire. What would you do with a 7-figure salary? Because now you know exactly how to get there. If you're putting your time and your effort into this business, it's not a matter of if, it's simply a matter of when. And that's why this compensation plan is so amazing. So now that you understand the trifecta and the quad, I want to give you one more powerful example of the income potential that this business offers. Enagic currently has 6 different products, and many people are choosing to start out with all 6 products, or what we like to call a 6-pack. And with this strategy, you essentially skip the first 3 commission levels and start out earning 4 points of commission right from the start. Now remember the trifecta and quad scenarios. Let's see how this same scenario works with Molly buying a 6-pack bundle. Let's say this time You start out with a 6-pack bundle yourself, and you'll earn that $2,500 cash back right away from the commissions on your own purchase. And then you make that sale to your friend Molly, and Molly's going to buy a 6-pack bundle too. And she really wants to try the different products and wants 2 K8s so that she can have a loaner machine. So she gets a 6-pack with an Anespa, an M-Guard, a Kangen Air, an Ukon Sigma, and 2 K8s. And we're going to show you how to place your own purchases and your sales so that you can maximize your commissions. So when you start out with this 6-pack, you're also going to start out with 2 income earning positions: your top ID, which in this example is your Anespa, and your Ukon ID, which is placed in your 2A or 2-point lane. Now, because of your own purchases in this 6-pack, your top ID and your Ukon ID have both reached the rank of 2A, meaning they will each be earning 2 points of commission for sales placed under your Ukon ID. So that means you're going to earn 2 points at your top ID and 2 points at your Ukon ID, meaning you're going to earn 4 points or $4,696 on that 6-pack sale to Molly. Now, instead of selling those 6 trifectas or 6 quads to start off with, Molly is going to go ahead and sell 6 of those very same 6-packs. And it takes her basically the same amount of time and effort as selling those 6 trifectas or those 6 quads in our earlier examples. She's just selling those 6-packs instead. And because you're also earning 4 points off of Molly's sales, you just earned $28,176 passively, which gives you a combined total of over $35,000 earned so far in your business. And in each case, you spent the same amount of time supporting Molly. So you can see, with a business owner and investor mindset, how this becomes such a smart investment. And again, we see the true power of leverage. This is where we get our time, our flexibility, and our freedom back. So side by side, this is a quick look at the commission breakdown. You can see the different point values for the single K8, a trifecta, the quad, and a 6-pack example. You can see the pay range when you start with a trifecta. You can see the pay range when you start with a quad. Remember, you get to bypass those first 2 levels, with your very first sale earning you 3 points of commission. And you can see the pay range here when you start out with a 6-pack. And this is where you get to bypass those first 3 levels and start out earning in the middle of the compensation plan, with your very first sale earning 4 points of commission. And I'm guessing by now you're seeing why people like to start their business using the trifecta, a quad, or a 6-pack strategy. It's important to remember that no matter how you choose to start your business, with a single product, with a trifecta, with a quad, with a 6-pack, or with something else, the compensation plan works the same way. We build over and down all the way to 6A. And I know you probably think 6A is the end because that's all I've shown you so far and that's all we've talked about, but that's not even the best part. 6A is just the beginning. So what happens when you get to 6A? From there on out, you open nothing but 6-point lanes every single time you have a direct sale. And if it's outside of your 8 points, meaning you would typically be cut off from the commissions, Enagic actually starts to pay you an educational bonus of $200 per sale. And also, 6A is our first bonus rank. So when you hit 6A, you get a $3,000 bonus check. But remember, that's not the top rank to hit. So just check out this career plan: 6A, 6A2, 6A2-2. Basically, what you're doing is helping to build leaders and helping other people achieve the rank of 6A. But what really caught my attention was 6A2-3, where you actually get a one-time bonus of $25,000. And what got me even more excited was that in addition to that bonus and whatever you're already earning from your group sales each month, the company would actually start paying you a $5,000 minimum monthly bonus for life. So I saw that as an exit strategy because the company doesn't expect you to sell these machines forever. So you can actually will this business and pass this business down to your children. And so the 6A2-3 level is the start of our legacy income ranks, which absolutely incredible. And so we can look quickly at these other bonus ranks and you can see that you'll be earning these monthly residual incomes for life. And while I'm certainly not making any specific income claims or guaranteeing that you will reach any specific rank or bonus, because we all know that ultimately what you will earn in any business is directly affected by your own skills and effort, what I am saying is that this business is the real deal. These bonuses shown here are just the base levels. Oftentimes, the bonuses paid out far exceed the amounts shown. And so, no matter what you do in this business, you can pass it down to your kids. And that's going to help you create generational wealth or legacy wealth for your family. This business is changing the lives of so many people and so many families. And I am so grateful to be a part of that. In Robert Kiyosaki's book, he talks about something called the cash flow quadrant. And I want to touch on that real quick. He shares that there are 4 different ways to earn money in this economy. You're either an employee, you're self-employed, you're a business owner, or you're an investor. Now, most people start off as an employee, where you're trading your time for money. You're clocking in, you're clocking out, you're getting paid. And one thing I realized is there's 168 hours in the week, and I know for sure you can't work them all. So that doesn't work. You're capped. So that's why a lot of people transition into being self-employed. These are your lawyers, your doctors, your dentists, and their pay generally goes up, but there's still no leverage because they're still trading time for money. So now they don't have a job, they own a job. That's why so many people want to be business owners and investors, because as a business owner, you own a system that works for you, that offers you leverage and time freedom. And then when you're ahead of the bills and you have excess money, then you can become an investor. And it doesn't matter what you invest in, but that's when you make the money work for you. This is when your money is earning money and multiplying and growing. And if you're going to invest into something, invest into something that 100% of people need. And what do 100% of the people on the planet right now need and want? You guessed it, clean water. The truth is, 100% of the world's population drinks water. You're here watching this video right now for a reason. With Enagic, not only are you investing into your family's health, but you're investing into a true global business, and that gives you the opportunity to help people, families, and companies all over the world, and to add value to so many people's lives. It really is that simple. All you need to do is start drinking and sharing Kangen water. People are already buying water anyways, so you might as well present them with an opportunity to have the best drinking water in their own home. Myself and thousands of other Enagic distributors love being able to help people realize true health, including physical, mental, and financial health through the Enagic business model. In order to be successful in this business, you don't have to have a huge network or know a million people. You just need to show up and share. Share about the products and share about the water. Share about your personal experiences with the water, with the products, and with the business. And even share the Kangen water itself with people. Build connections and follow up with people. You know, people are already buying water anyway. This is just a better water to have and an asset to invest in rather than an expense like bottled water that they're just going to have to pay for forever. And then share some information about the water or the business, whether it's a video like this or a website or even a water demonstration to show them exactly what this water can do, or maybe even share your story of what it has done for you or for one of your family members. Connect with people, jump on calls with people who are interested, answer questions, and help map out their business strategies and their goal plans. And then help your new business partners get started and show them exactly how to duplicate this process. And most importantly, have fun. Remember, this business pays daily, so you never know when you're going to get a nice surprise in the mailbox. For more details or information on how to get started, get back in touch with the person that shared this video with you. They're sharing this with you because they honestly and genuinely care about you, and they know how much you'll benefit. And that's it from here. Thank you so much. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay hydrated, and I'll see you on the inside.